Okay, so it has been a hot minute since I've done a commentary video, and it's a reason for that is because I don't like doing commentary videos. And the reason why I don't like doing commentary videos is because everybody is a fucking critic, and everybody wants to talk shit, everybody wants to judge, you should do a script, you should hire a voice actor because you have a terrible voice. I mean, like, this is my voice, the voice God gave me. I'm black and gay. A lot of things I could wish, and I don't have a boyfriend. A lot of things I'm in my 30s. A lot of things, and I would look at game shows and reality shows. So a lot of things in my life I wish weren't what it just is. So that's kind of why I stepped back from doing commentary videos because everybody just kept talking shit, and I'm not I don't delete comments. If people talk shit to me, as long as it's not racist, and YouTube like the spam filter automatically removes it. That's different. But other than that, if somebody leaves a hate comment and I just don't respond, I just, unless it's like somebody being real extreme, I may just give that person a reality check, but I'll still leave that comment up. But so yeah, yeah, so I mean, I know in my older videos I would like disable comments, but now I kind of really don't give a shit anymore. If kind of really don't give a shit anymore. Yeah, I really don't because if people want to talk shit about me, that's their problem, not mine. I'm not doing anything wrong. So, but that's why I stopped doing commentary videos because people just kept uh showing their ass. So I mean, and I don't have time for that. But anyways, let's get to the video. Now, before we continue, I just want to say that there's two type of Michael Larson people. There's type A that are fans of his, thinks that thinks he's a genius, thinks that he's a legend, an icon, and then he's not a cheater and he never would be a cheater. And then you have people on side B, team B, myself, who feel that not only was he was a cheater before, during, and after he was on the game show, okay, but I just feel, there are people like in Team B like, well, yeah, damn right he was a cheater. Because first of all, Ed and Jenny wasted their damn time. They had zero chance of winning, which how the fuck was that fair? It defeated the whole purpose of. See, cheating is, uh, it doesn't matter whether or not the cheating wasn't his fault. The producer should have added more lights. They should have added more paths, more than four paths. But still, like it's still cheating. Cheating is when you play the game in a way that where it's not meant to be played and you have an unfair advantage. That's what cheating means. So I mean, yes, he's a cheater, and I just feel like I don't think it was right, and I don't think that he should have been got his winnings because he did not play pressure luck, the whammy game the way the producers meant for it to be played, which was random where you landed. And so I just wanted to get that out the way. Whether or not I'm a, Larson supporter or Larson fan, I'm just gonna just unfortunately, I am on the team that believes he's a cheater. I'm sorry. I just but Larson was a smart man. He was. I'll give you guys that. He was a very smart man, but he was definitely a cheater. I'm sorry. And a game show cheater, which is kind of pathetic, but yeah. But he was a smart man though. Still a cheater, but yeah. Okay, so with that intro out the way, this video is going to be about the movie The Luckiest Man in America. Okay, so this is an interesting one because I feel if you don't know what Pressure Luck is, and it's been remade so many fucking times. Because I'm a big game show fan. I think I mentioned that already. It's been remade so many. This is probably one of the most iconic game shows because it was one of those game shows to where this it was one of like before the game show they were just very cut and dry. Like what's the capital of Sacramento? Ding, you win $10. Like it was like very cut. But where Pressure Luck was one of those first game shows that had like a big gimmick. It had like a big like twist, and the twist was, uh, yeah, they had the question and answer round, but but what people really was the prize board, where it is completely random or so we thought, but we're gonna get to that, but uh, and so we nobody really ever saw a game show like this, and the possibilities were as long as you didn't hit like one of the like red monsters, like the red like demon cats, whatever whammy is. But yeah, as long as you didn't hit one of those, you could just basically just keep winning and winning and winning. And so and like they it was a really interesting game show. So, but if you haven't seen that Pressure Luck, And more, and I guess in tandem with that, if you don't know Michael Larson's story, to me, don't watch this. I mean, because I kind of really don't. If you're going into this, you are just gonna just scratch your. And I kind of think the only people that were watching this were people that knew about Pressure Luck and Larson's story. I can't really imagine anybody going into a movie like this, uh, because it's a quote unquote biopic, but it's not. And we're gonna get to that. Like, why would you watch a biopic of somebody you don't know? Like, why would you watch a Elvis biopic if you don't know anything about Elvis? That's the whole point. Like, if you're a fan of that celebrity, or that, or not necessarily a fan, but if you know their prior history, you would look at you would look at their biopic. But what this is going to be about is basically I knew about Pressure Luck, because I'm a big game show fan. Growing up, I always was. But I was born in '91, so I was born way after this situation happened. But So, but I knew about the Michael Larson situation, and I found out just like a couple weeks ago because Inside Edition talked about this movie. Because first of all, it was on limited theater release, I think end of 2024, beginning of 2025. Because this movie has been out, but it hasn't. But it was just a few days ago to where finally it hit streaming. I don't know why it took 2 years. You would have think that, I mean, I understand back in the day, movies took fucking forever to like go on like home media, like but this it should in 2026 that shouldn't be the case. But yeah, it took 2 years for this movie to finally be on streaming because of course I didn't catch it when it was on limited theater when I'm not that much of a movie theater buff to do that. But yeah, it was originally released, think back end of 2024, early 2025. It was in limited theater release, but now it's on. Anybody can see it now. It's streaming on Hulu. Like and that's how I found out about this was through a story Inside Edition did a couple weeks ago, saying Luckiest Man in America is now streaming on Hulu. So uh, now I can check it out because I couldn't check it out unless I managed to see those special showings, which I didn't. So, and I was curious 'cause like I said, I know about Pressure Luck and I know about Michael Larson's history, but I'll just say that I'm just gonna cut the bullshit. This movie, nothing in this movie is correct. There the fuck I said it. Uh, and I forgot to mention this, but I also saw the CBS documentary of Larson when I was like 12 years old on GSM. Me and my family saw it, the Pressure Luck scandal, yeah. And to be honest, I felt like that GSN documentary could have did a lot better. Kind of feel like even that left a lot of information about Larson out, and kind of was like the Disney Pixar version of his story, and how much of an asshole this man was. It kind of just left a whole lot of stuff out. Uh, which and I say he was like Larson was a smart man, but he was an asshole. He was. He was a smart guy, but he was an asshole. But yeah. And I was figuring I was gonna come. I went into this movie thinking that it was going to answer all my questions about Larson's story that the GSN CBS documentary didn't do. And I was wrong. The GSN CBS Pressure Luck scandal documentary is looking. I feel like that's probably as good as we're gonna fucking get. Because even though that could have done more and left so much shit out, I would go look at that and to get a view of Larson's life any day over this pretty much fairy tale movie because nothing in this is true and kind of really makes the situation even more confusing. The people who didn't know about Larson before this or Pressure Luck situation before this. So yeah, uh, in this video we're gonna talk about basically what nobody else is talking about because I would have thought more game show fans would have did more reviews for this movie, but then I thought originally had a limited theater run and it just recently got on streaming, so maybe that could be a reason why. And I said, well, I'll just be the first. I'll make a video talking about it. So I mean, so but yeah, so yeah, this video just gonna be there's everything wrong with the luckiest man in America, and this is from somebody that knows about Pressure Luck, knows about Larson's history. So this is gonna be a deep dive, and I suggest you get a snack and you buckle in. And if you're someone that doesn't like cursing, uh, View- uh, viewer discretion is advised. I'll just say that. If you have small children, viewer discretion is advised because I'm about to go all in on this. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm gonna do this shot for shot. Well, not really shot for shot. I'm just gonna just uh go over every scene in the movie that kind of ticked me off, pissed me off. And above all, were incorrect and no, and didn't was not Michael Larson. It was this fictional character they created for this movie, which is ironic because this movie is about an actual guy that went on a game show and cheated, and the two other people, Ed and Janie, he was in the studio with, had no shot in hell of winning. But even though Ed was kind of more, respectful, like Michael, you don't hate the game, not the player. Janie, ooh, that bitch, she was angry. She's still angry. Like she was still on the inside of this. He's a cheater. He's always gonna be a cheater. And that weirdo, I had to sit next to him for hours and hours and seeing him win. I want to win. I needed the money. I was a dentist office nurse from LA. I didn't have any money. Why did this fool win? I should have won. So yeah, so I know. So yeah, so we're gonna go. I'm gonna just go pretty much beginning to end, like everything that kind of pissed me off, ticked me off. But before I do that, I'm just gonna just talk about just minor like three things I liked and three things I didn't like about the movie in general. Then we'll do the full on review and shot per scene, well, scene by scene. So yeah. So I thought well, I'll start off with the good because there's really not too many goods. There's about three goods. There's only three goods. Good number one would probably have to be the score. Um, it's kind of like this R&B, kitschy, like bossa nova types, soulful funk, like music, like elevator music. And I have to say, I'm gonna give an example right here. And I just have to say that is there's like this is pretty much the film score. Is and I get it because it's a movie about a game show, but and this is they're trying to do game show music, like 70s, 80s game show music. But something about this, and I'm born and raised in LA, LA boy. I'm a gay black LA boy. Something about I just really just love how I just felt very comforting hearing like the background music, the score, because it just felt very. I don't know, because I kind of really wish I always wish I grew up in the 70s or 80s. I was born in 91. As you can see in the beginning, I had a picture of me. You can see I look like I'm from the past, but I'm not. But so yeah, I did enjoy the score. The score was beautiful. It was lovely. Like I said, it was like that, like kind of like funky, like elevator music. Like it was so yeah. So that's good. Number one would be the score and the music that was playing throughout the film. So yeah. The number two good thing I like would, and I wasn't expecting this to be in the good, but after I like just I guess slept on it and like I thought about it, it would have to be I uh and what's funny is I didn't know too much about this man before I saw this movie. Paul Hauser. Okay, so he started off as a wrestler in WWF, WWE, which I noticed that's becoming a trend now. To where I mean, I'm not knocking that. I mean, you could gotta find a loophole as long as it's not cheating like Larson did. If because I don't consider this cheating, but I consider just you know taking it's a loophole. Like another one would probably be going on reality TV. But like I said, if you want to like make it into acting, like become a WWF wrestler because I noticed that every single one of them like they're always in movies like after because wrestling you can't do that forever like that's gonna take a toll like them body slams and then moving like throwing tables and ladders and chairs all these guys with long hair like jumping off of ringside jumping in the ring and tag team all that but yeah so Paul Hauser he's originally a wrestler but I guess he's uh his body was starting to take a toll so like no let me put wrestling on the backside and let me try acting because I see all these other acting. That's what he's thinking. And I don't blame him because he's only the 300 man to do this transition from wrestling to acting. So now he's primarily an actor. He was he He was in I, Tonya. He played Tanya Harding's bodyguard. And one of the guys that hit Nancy Kerrigan in the leg with that tire iron. Like y'all know that situation. Yeah, he was in that movie. He was in Cruella. He's been in a lot of movies. But so yeah, I really enjoyed Paul Hauser's performance. I don't know too much about him personal wise, like politics wise, because unfortunately, like nowadays, especially somebody like me, uh, I mean, I can separate art from artists, but it kind of I am just curious as to like where people stand like politically nowadays. But I don't know that much about his personal life. I didn't what couldn't be bothered to do that much digging. But from interviews I've seen of him, he seems like a pretty nice guy. Doesn't really take himself too seriously. Not the most conventional looking actor. I find him cute. You know, uh, he's kind of giving me like a Chris Farley, John Candy vibe I'm getting from him. So like a big giant teddy bear. Like that's what I'm getting from him. And so that's a good was Paul Hauser's performance in this as and do I feel like he looked like Michael Larson? A little bit, yeah, sure. Uh so I know somebody in the Inside Edition video said they should have got Vincent D'Onofrio. I can never pronounce that man's last name. They should have got Vincent D'Onofrio, who was on Law and Order. Y'all know who I'm talking about. That he should have played Larson. I agree, but yeah, I thought yeah, there could have been guys they could have picked that looked more identical to Larson, but I think Paul Hauser did a good job. So yeah, so that's the next good is Paul Hauser's performance. And the last good would have to just be I like the cinematography. I like the camera quality. That was that's not why that's probably one of along as, alongside the score and Paul Hauser playing Larson. I feel like the only other good thing about this is the cinematography. The camera work is very very nice. I felt like I was you know at times, well, I'll get to that in the bad because they did slip up sometimes on like getting timeline right and fashion and hairstyles right for the time. But we'll get to that in a minute. Other than that, 'cause I know it's confusing, but I did like the cinematography. I did kind of feel, with some exceptions, that I was in 1980s CBS studios and Pressure Luck Game Show studios in 1980s LA. And I got that aesthetic. I got that from based on the cinematography. So yeah, so that was another good was the camera work and the camera uh trying to highlight a film or a story that took place in the 80s. Uh, that part was good, even though the story was again we'll get to this later. Even though the story and facts were wrong, the camera work and the cinematography and all that was pretty good. Okay, now let's get to the bad. Okay, so bad number one. Why the fuck are there like 80 logos before I see it? I thought like past like I understand like older movies you saw this a lot because this was before a lot of companies like had mergers and and a lot of companies didn't because back then like everybody got along like you would see Disney you know followed by Nintendo Productions, followed by Sega Productions, followed by 20th Century Fox Productions, followed by Nickelodeon Pictures, followed by Paramount Pictures. HBO Films presents, a DreamWorks film in association with Universal. You know, Columbia Pictures present like it would be like back then I understood, but nowadays, especially since there's a lot of mergers, and a lot of these companies don't hate each other. Like Sony hates Universal, who hates Warner, who hates Sony, who hates CBS, who hates NBC. Like they just who hates Fox. So I mean, it's all a competition. And so I normally I haven't seen like in usually it's like for like foreign films, like some Russian film or something. They'll have like 80 different logos or something. Yeah, tell me why are there like 80 different logos? I almost felt like, recording that part of the film so you could see like how many goddamn logos are in this movie. But y'all can go see. Just trust me. Why would I lie about this? And I just like fucking felt like I like the fucking Family Guy skit. I just, for real.
All right, let's see what you got, Fox. Oh, I bet that's a sea monster. Oh, that's not the movie. Yeah, I think I heard of them. Here we go. Movie! Well, now that seems intentionally misleading. All right, someone's coming to town. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, all right, period movie. Oh, not a period movie. Oh, this guy's in trouble. Can't wait to hear his story. Oh, come on!
And the number two bad thing, I know a part of the good list, I said that I did like the cinematography. I did like how they tried to immerse the viewer like we were back in like the 80s and CBS studios. But I felt like there were little hiccups and mistakes they made, and mostly towards like fashion, hairstyles. I think I might have saw a smartphone in one scene. I could be wrong, but I think I might have like they could like simple mistakes like that. This is 1984. Like so it happens, especially when it's when you're trying to make a historical movie. But the biggest thing I want to point out and I'm going to show is so when Michael was auditioning for the show, uh, there was a guy who he pretended to be this other contestant, which we're gonna get to that later, but which that's not true. That was made up for this film. But yeah, uh, the guy that he is replacing, I don't know any man in 1984 that looked like this guy. This guy looks like fucking 2005 like skateboarder like no man looked like this in fucking 1984. So that's the next thing that was bad was I just felt like this kind of like was kind of not realistic as to how men were really people in general kind of look. They knew they were wrong for this. So yeah. I mean, just the way his beard was trimmed, it just doesn't really seem like that's what guys in the '80s look like. Like he looked more like a fucking uh, man from like 2010, like neck beard, like gamer guy. Like it just seemed like I don't know something about the way they this actor and the way they did his wardrobe just doesn't really sit right. I wasn't totally believe that this man was on a game show from the '80s. No, I'm sorry. And the third and final like general bad thing I didn't like, uh, the rating. This it's an R movie, and I'm like, um, and I just wondering because I had to like go back and check the rating because one of my biggest gripes was that the characters would just for no reason unless it had gumption that I can understand in the script, characters would just curse like I fuck fucking motherfucker like their producers and they would just every other word would be fuck like why the fuck does he keep winning? Another producer would be like we gotta stop Larson from fucking winning. That motherfucker keeps not hitting any whammies. Like I'm like, when you curse, when you use profanity and curse words, they're supposed to have meaning. They're supposed to have they're supposed to have gumption. You're supposed to have meaning. I'm not one of those people that say, "Oh, I never curse." Now, no, but sometimes you just have to fucking curse to get your fucking point across. Damn it. So yeah, I have nothing against cursing, but use curse words right and correctly. And I'm thinking that's why there's an R rating because for whatever fucking reason, see there I go again. See you're using curse words in the right way, they just added curse words that didn't need to be there. And I guess when you say fuck too many times, you get a. Oh, this should have been a PG-13 movie. This should have definitely been. Really, this should have just been PG, but at the most PG-13. But no way this is an R movie. It was getting an R rating. Uh, and I think it's because of the F bomb, which was for no reason, was fucking used too many times. So yeah. So let's now get into the shot by shot. Um, what they did wrong. Okay.
Done, and I am just so darn excited to be here. I've never been to California. I've actually never been past Illinois for that matter. I just came off a 3-day trek from my hometown in Ohio, a little place called Lebanon, and
Okay, so we're just a few minutes into the movie, and already they got something completely wrong. I have not found any sources to back this up, and it was something made up for this movie. Which again, this is a biography movie. Why are you adding in fabricated scenes? Just make a totally fictional movie. Like do a different character named Buddy Boxcar that keeps on the game show. Like this, Michael Larson was a real man. He was okay. He was a cheater, but he was a real smart man. But even though he was a cheater, so in this scene, he's pretending to uh to be somebody else that made it to a further round, and so which is You can't do that, and I'm pretty sure they would have verified if it's the same guy. If this did happen in real life, which it did not, they would have verified if it was the right guy by checking his ID and all that, like tell us your social security number to make sure it's the right guy. But supposing they for whatever stupid reason didn't vouch or check that it's the right guy, I guess this was a kind of good finesse, like for him to get first part, to the next round. Problem is, this didn't happen in real life. So what happened in real life was that Michael did come from Ohio to LA to audition for the show, but he auditioned as himself. He didn't have to do any tricks, and the thing of it is, he almost did not make the fucking show. He didn't, and you can fucking wonder why. So yeah, like you can see in this movie, he was kind of a weirdo. He was kind of a weird guy. Like you came all the way to Ohio just to play him. Press your luck. Like why? Why did you do that? Like like why did you come all the way out here like that? And then yeah, he just managed to just for whatever reason use his powers of persuasion and get picked for the show. So all this like he's pretending to be a fake contestant that never happened.
Please.
I'm not running. I just wanted
Let's
to
go,
say I'm
Wise
sorry
man.
if I caused any trouble.
Let's go.
This isn't gonna happen.
I swear I saw that on 60 Minutes once.
Stories like those.
Truck.
Come on.
Not moving onto the road.
Broken, damn it.
So, and this is the last clip I'm going to show from this segment because it's made up. This isn't true, but I just wanted to just add. So, Michael, he got they found out that he was lying, that he was pretending to be another contestant to get further in to the next round, and they told him to leave the studio. You can see Michael went back to his ice cream truck, which that's been a running thing that he's ice cream, which that is sort of true. That was Michael Larson had so many gigs and hustles, and yes, him being a ice cream man was one of them. But he was a college educated man. He had a lot of different uh, skills and hustles. And the man, I've heard from some sources that Michael Larson he was a mechanic. I've heard from some sources that he was a VCR repairman. Like he could pretty much do. I heard from some sources that he was a fucking electrician. He pretty much, he did a lot of different things. And Ice Cream Truck was just another, you know, hustle. And this movie really milked that for all it's worth, didn't it? So Michael actually took a bus to California. He did not drive a damn ice cream truck to California, as this movie is no. And so I just wanted to point that out because as you can see, he can't get his truck started that he drove all the way from Ohio in an ice cream truck to California. Get fucking real. And this is none of the producers, tell him, I like what your balls for doing that, like lying that you're somebody else. So you made the show. When in real life he just auditioned. Yeah, they thought he was weird, but he just came as himself. Hey, I'm Marco Larson. I'm from Ohio. I think I'd be good on the show. And some of them thought he was weird. Some of the producers didn't, and they let him on the show. And the rest is history. So I mean, yeah. So let's continue.
It's gonna be $8.
Oh, you know what? Jacket was actually damaged, so
It's a thrift shop.
yeah, all the buttons are.
I can give you 25% off the jacket.
Oh,
So yeah, that this part kind of true. Uh, Michael did buy what he wore in the game show at a Goodwill that was right across the street from CBS Beverly Lot. So I mean, that part is kind of true. I don't know about him. Like it was like a broken shirt and it had no buttons on it. Yeah, I don't know if that part's true. But yeah, and I didn't know that he wore shorts. But I guess supposedly that because I guess from the pressure luck stage you only see from the neck up. So I guess again Michael Larson being the hustler that he is, well they're not going to see my damn legs, and I wanted to be comfortable on TV. So he wore his shorts, and we all thought he was probably wearing slacks or suit pants. No, he was wearing shorts, and I'm just gonna have to get in the benefit of the doubt because I don't think that's either confirmed or denied. Because how are we supposed to know what pants he was wearing on the show? We never saw that. But I guess gossip has it, reports have it that he wore shorts, but he just had, he looked presentable from the top. He had like a seat top on, but yeah, so yeah.
I love you. I wish I would have never walked into that elevator. I wish. Damn it! Line.
I wish I would have taken the
Stairs.
stairs.
Jesus Christ,
That's
who
right.
writes this shit?
Okay, in we come. Come on. Quick, 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 quick. Please. Oh, wow. That's it. In we come.
This is pretty neat.
So, let me be the first.
So this is another era. So this is Michael and all the other contestants that are going to be in the episodes they're going to shoot for today of Pressure Luck. They're going, I guess, on like a studio tour of CBS, which is that part I I kind of believe like maybe they did give them a tour of a studio since they were going to be on the show with like a little treat or something. Like you can, this is like this, but from what the problem is that this looks like a sitcom or some type of drama show. Problem is like 83, 84, 85 around this at the CBS Beverly lot, the Beverly lot, the CBS the name of that damn cross street. I'm from LA, I should know this. uh Fairfax, right? The Beverly and Fairfax lot, right? I believe that's both of the right streets, but yeah. Uh those are where they usually film game shows. So Price is Right, Family Feud, game shows, talk shows, and late night shows. Well, that was where they filmed all those shows at. Uh, and but you know what? I'm wrong. Okay, so the thing of it is that they did film soap operas there, but the thing of it is that I kind of really feel this no. I feel like the soap opera schedule or when they would film the soap operas would not be the same time as Pressure Luck, and I kind of feel like the soap operas were either filmed at the Gower lot, the Gower and Melrose lot, that's CBS's other lot, which is still there, or the Universal City lot, which is where they film Big Brother at, the west where the Big Brother house is at. They usually film. That's where they usually film. Those two lots that I just mentioned are where they film TV shows and movies. The Gower lot, that's where Brady Bunch was filmed. Partridge Family was filmed. That's and or the Universal City lot, where Big Brother's film, Big Bang Theory was, I believe, was also How I Met Your Mother was filmed on that lot. Two Broke Girls was filmed on that lot. Yes Dear was filmed on that lot. A lot of all the CBS, and so that's why I kind of think this isn't right. This show that they're able to, because all they really filmed at this side of the studio were game shows and talk shows. So I don't, yeah.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Today, these three as they city in market.
Thank you, Rob. And stop. 5.
Okay, Michael, Janie, you're up next.
Let's do it.
$516, Ed. That makes you our winner today.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting.
It's showtime. Hey. Nope. Wait, what are you doing?
Just following orders.
But the wife likes a bow tie quite a bit.
Yeah, I actually think this one suits you a little better.
Okay, now the shorts I'll take that because again I could have sworn that he was wearing like regular suit pants, but people gossip claims that Larson he was wearing shorts with that suit top. Now what they're saying is originally he was going to go on on the stage with a bow tie, and as you can see there was a woman from wardrobe that said, you know what, bow ties are for little boys. Like you're a man, so you're going to wear the tie right, and so that's where the bow tie was axed, and that's how we know the infamous he had the suit and the tie because I guess originally he was going to have a bow tie. So I don't know. I never heard anything about this that he was going to have a bow tie at first, but then one of the makeup ladies said, "Nope, you're not having the bow tie. We're not doing that." So, but that's what this movie claims. So I don't know.
Age juts out kind of far, and you don't want to hit.
Sylvia, thought I told you to stop bringing in such good-looking contestants. I'm starting to think you're trying to make me look bad. Hello, I'm Peter. Peter, hello.
Peter Tamarkin.
Yes, Peter Tamarkin. That is, you are correct, sir. Hello, hi. Ed Long.
Peter,
Long
be
time no
alright.
seeing you, buddy. Okay, all right.
I remember because there's really not that many critics talking about this movie, and there's really I think I'm the first like actual game show fan that knew about the Larson situation before I saw this. But so but the few critics that were reviewing this movie, reviewing this movie, they said Walter Goggins looks nothing like Peter Tamarkin, and I do have to agree. I feel that was a really, really bad casting choice. He looks nothing like. I mean, Bob Eubanks, okay, he does kind of favor Bob Eubanks, but Peter Tamarkin is not Bob Eubanks. This is not Newlywed Game. This is or Card Sharks. This is Pressure Luck. And offhand, I can't. Maybe if you give me a couple hours, but I can come up with a better short list of guys that they could have picked to look like Peter Tamarkin, other than Walter Goggins. But Walter Goggins is a good actor, but he just does not look like Peter Tamarkin at all. But anyway, so yeah, moving on.
There's my.
Perfect. Right.
Glad my wife packed me an extra jacket.
Hey, you sure I look okay with the...
Bill, you hear that? Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Oh, right. There's my boy. Chuck, you want 2 scoops or 1?
I don't like this scene because it's making it seem like Larson was a plant or like they were rooting for him. They weren't. Like I said, this movie said that he pretended to be that's not true. He auditioned, came from Ohio, took a bus from Ohio to LA, $20 to his name, bought the suit at a thrift store as we saw across the street. And when he went to audition, yeah, the producers thought he was weird, but he would just, hey, this is me. I'm Michael Larson, from Ohio. I drive an ice cream truck. I look at Pressure Luck all the time. I want to be on the show and I'd be good for the show. And like I said, they were kind of torn. Like half the people at CBS, like this guy is a weirdo. Hell to the no, no to the no, no, no. The other half were like, well, we'll give him a shot. Like he's probably not going to win because he seems kind of weird. Like at least so like we're not, I don't think he's going to win. And so, but this movie is making it seem like they were rooting for him, like they were, like placing bets on him or so. I don't know. Maybe I have this scene misunderstood, but yeah, this is not true. So yeah.
I told your boy to study his
Okay, next
trivia,
one.
Bill.
Those who sailed in the wooden shoe were Winkin, Blinkin, and Ed.
Nod.
Nod, Michael.
Right, nod.
Janie.
Okay, what the fuck? This question wasn't even in the fucking real episode at all. If I remember correctly, the next question was about a woman's dresses, then of course Janie got it right because she's only female. Because yeah, that Lincoln Blinken and Nod question was not at all in the original episode. So why did they add that? I don't fucking know. But yeah, that question was not in the original episode. So yeah.
Stop!
Again?
Keep going.
Okay, he's gonna go. Let's go. Let's go.
Stop!
Oh, wow, the whammy.
Shit, fuck.
Whoops.
Should we say that?
Oh my fucking god! When a player hits a whammy, the little animation is shown first. Well, they don't. Well, we see that at home. In the studio, there will just be a sound effect, like you'll see, or they hear music, like it'll be like the Michael Jackson whammy, and it'll be play Thriller or whatever. It'll be the Boy George whammy, like Do you wanna hurt a whammy? Like it'll be that. And then that's when the whammy marker will pop up from their podium. It didn't immediately pop up as soon as they whammy. Like that's not how it works. That little detail the film couldn't get fucking right. Like, wow. Also, I was trying to see if maybe Gossip would have reported this, but where is the proof that uh Michael cussed when he got his first whammy? I don't think that ever maybe he did and they edited it out. He was like, oh shit. But like, the point is that the animation plays for what the home viewers they play the music, they play the sound, and the contestant has to wait, a few seconds to hear that whammy sound effect. I got all your money because I'm whammy and I'm gonna take all your money. Like the little like whammy will talk shit to them, and that's when they go blowing. The little whammy marker would go up on their podium. But as you can see, the film it just immediately sprung up as soon as it. So that was kind of not how it works. But yeah, so yeah, and I don't know if that's confirmed that he actually like cursed and they had to redo production because he said a swear word. So yeah. Okay, so to anyone who didn't know anything about the Michael Larson situation, you would think that this is when he found, aha, I got it. I got the pattern. And so the reason why he got that whammy, as we explained earlier, was because at this point, Michael, he was just looking at the show at home, right? He's now in front of these lights, he's nervous, he's on TV. Like, what if I get caught? What if they think I'm cheating? Like, this bitch next to me doesn't like me, Janie. Like, all these thoughts are running through his head, right? You know, so at this point, he's at he's trying to get over the game show nerves. He's trying to get over the camera lights, those nerves, and he's also trying to like I said, when he's at home, he's looking at home, and maybe he's like hitting his leg or something because there's no buzzer or like plunger he's just hitting his leg to get the timing right. But now that he's at CBS Studios, he now understands how the buzzer feels like. And so yeah, he fucks up, and this is what happened in the original episode too. He fucked up in his first go around, and because he trying to get the calibration right for the buzzer right. And so that's why he's smiling is because he thinks he's finally got it now. He got the rhythm, which is a little bit different from when he was at home watching it on TV, but it's finally clicking to him. So yeah, so I just wish they would have explained this scene better, but that's just me.
No, I know what you said about standards and practices and all, but I'm an idiot, and all the rushing around today and all the hoopla, I forgot to call my little girl on her birthday. Yeah, and it's 3:30 where she is, so she must have just finished cartoons and please, I'm just kind of freaking out.
Oh, I really can't.
The rules, yeah, I know, but I just.
Okay, so with this, what I will say, did Michael Larson have a daughter? I believe he had at least one, because the man was married like at least 4 times. And I'll get to like timeline when he was on his game show. The man was married at least 4 times before this, and it's possible he's had children with these women. And it's possible one of the children was a girl, but I don't know how old she was. But all I can say is that I doubt this happened. I have not heard anything like what at the time that he had a young daughter with a woman he was with at this time. What I have heard was while he was on this show, he had a lady friend that he was living with. Her name was Teresa. And in the Pressure Luck documentary, she was kind of a bitch. She was very, very bitchy, had a very bad attitude. Talk shit about every time they showing that woman on camera. She had nothing good to say about this man. But she had a 5-year-old son with him at this time. So I don't know. Maybe they just changed the gender to like a little girl instead of a little boy. But I do know it is 100% confirmed that Larson had a little boy at this time with his. Not he was not married to her. I don't think they ever got married. I think they just had like a partnership, like a domestic partnership, to where they lived together, like a common law partnership. I think that's what the documentary fucking called it. But yeah, her name was Teresa, and it was a boy. He was like 5 years old. Other than that, so I mean, that's why this is wrong. So yeah. Okay, so I assume this is after the second question or the final question and answer round. Excuse me, round. And the dollar amounts are correct. Ed had 4,000, Janie had 4,600. The spins were why the fuck, like, did they not like check this or edit this? or even see the fuck like we're in the damn social media age. The episode is on fucking YouTube. Like there are like so many copies of the Michael Larson episode on YouTube. Like there's probably about 50 of them. Okay, there's no excuse. Why the fuck do they each have two spins when we know damn well that's not what happened in the previous question and answer round? Michael got the poker question right. There was a couple other questions. The one of the dogs for fur shed, and then Michael and Jenny got that one right. Or Ed didn't get that. Like so, I don't like. So why the fuck did everybody have two spins? That what? So yeah, why they had this error, I don't know. That shows how much they never probably saw the show or care about game shows and continuity. But whatever, what the fuck ever. I don't know.
Hey, he's gonna go. He's gonna go. Stop! Record.
So when Larson reaches the 24K mark, for some reason there's a graphic that comes on the screen that says record breaker, implying that happened in the original show, and it did not. So I don't know why the fuck they added that. And not only did they not add that, that's also wrong. I think so. They put the record breaker little graphic at 20. I actually think at this point, when Michael reached like I think like 18K or like 17K, that was the highest anybody ever got like on pressure like before then. Like so that really was it. There should have been when that record player graphic should have been popped up, which on the original show it didn't anyways. But just for argument fucking sake, it didn't happen. It would have happened. It didn't happen at the 24. And so I don't know what the fuck that was about. But moving on.
We'll be right back to watch Michael Larson take the name of this game to heart right after these messages.
So at this point, Michael's about halfway through his streak. He got about 60K. So the producers, the CBS producers, according to this movie, they're starting to panic. Like we know this guy is doing something. Like according to the movie, this movie, like they're starting to panic. They know this guy is doing something. Like he's a ringer. He's cheating. He's doing something to not hit a damn whammy after that many spins. And why this is wrong in real life, the producers actually they didn't know what to think. They just business as usual. Like we'll just film now and ask questions later. Like we'll just at this point just film because if it turns out that he did do anything foul, which he was, but they didn't find out till later, which we'll get to that later. uh then we won't give him his money. But now just tape, just record. Like we'll just take it, second by second, minute by minute, spin by spin. Like he's gonna have to hit a whammy eventually. Like we're not worried. But this movie makes it seem like they were like scared, like everybody's gonna lose their job, like we're gonna be fired from CBS. When no, that is not what happened at all. So I don't know. Yeah.
I'll try.
All right.
So, dinner tonight, ladies? On me. Ed?
I don't know if our boyfriends will be too happy about that.
They're the jealous type. All of them.
But you make it to 50,000, I think they could look the other way.
Yeah, well, easy. Then just...
Okay, so basically, this movie you're trying to say, so they're having this makeup woman be kind of more kind to him because they think he has an earpiece on, and like somebody in the audience is telling him when to stop because they know that. So again, I never heard any gossip reports or according to gossip of CBS between commercial breaks checking to see if he had any microphones or like hidden earpieces or whatever. Or so yeah. So I don't know. I don't know why this was added because of this. I don't think this even happened. So yeah.
We have all our contestants back into places, please.
Mike. Shit. Fucking jerk.
Oh, shit. Shit, I'm sorry.
3, 2.
Okay, so this one's gonna be tough because there's conflicting reports. There's some people saying that, well, not really conflict. There's one thing that everybody agrees on, that Jenny never did like Larson. She never really she always thought he was kind of weird and creeped out by him, and she was sitting like right next to him. Like I mean, because he was in the middle, and Ed and Jenny were on the other, So she was right next to his body. So, uh, Jenny was always creeped out by him. But it's like, there's reports that I have heard that like he would like do like kind of like weird shit to her. Like he would like try to touch her boobs or like try to like play around, like and like this was of course in like '84. This was like way before like Me Too, Me Three, Me Four, like all that. Like speak up, like so when nowadays that were to happen, that would have been he probably would have been disqualified right then and there from the show. But yeah, that's if these rumors of gossip has it that's true that Michael acted that way to Janie. But yeah, so I just want to just point that out, whether or not they're like over like exaggerating like have their relationship with one another, like and then he's yeah. So I just want to just point that out. Like this could be false, it could be true. I'm not sure. So yeah, I'm just there's conflicting reports. So yeah.
Can I help you?
Oh, Jim. Hey, how you doing, man? I'm just
Can I help you?
Okay, so I have to be honest. This is probably the scene I hate the most out of this movie because, like, why? Like, like first of all, this is not made up. So, like I said, Larson took a Greyhound bus. Some people say that on his way back to Ohio with his winnings, he took a flight, but on his because he was broke coming to L.A. from Ohio, so he took a bus. But on his way back, he took a plane. But yeah, according to gossip and reports. But so there was no ice cream truck because he didn't get there by a damn ice cream truck from Ohio to California. So, anyways, yeah, even if even if I know understand that this scene is made up, but if it's gonna be a made up scene, at least make it believable. Why the fuck are they going through his truck? As you can see, this one of the producers, that of course they still think he's cheating. They still think he's a ringer, like something the fuck is up. So they're him and one of the producers and the security guard are going to break into his truck, right, and see what they can find anything like juicy or weird, right? And so like no, like why? This is very much illegal. This very much did not fucking happen, and we're moving on. Okay.
50K.
Yeah, yeah. You seem nice, but I don't know why I said that earlier. My wife would kill me.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart. You take it all over to her. Yeah?
Do I need any makeup?
What's use? He's the only one being seen on screen. He's just a bit of a sweater.
You look.
So like I said, they're still trying to see if he has an earpiece or like a hidden microphone on him. Like they're adamant he's cheating. They just don't know how yet. And you saw Janie, she was kind of bitching at it, which again, that is according to gossip and rumor that she was really not happy with him. Like she was totally creeped out by him. And so I'm not surprised if in real life if she was acting like that. So yeah.
Wow, that's had in your office.
So here we see one of the producers who, with the help of the security guard, they broke into uh, Larson's van, right, his truck, and this is when he finds out that he's been taping a bunch of episodes. Okay, he's a fan of the show. I don't really see how this was. I don't know, but anyways, with these tapes, okay, now Michael Larson did tape episodes of Pressure Luck, but to be honest, I don't think anybody knew this until like the GSN CBS documentary came out to where his girlfriend revealed that he would tape episodes. He would tape episode after episode. And then might have been the Good Morning America interview he did like a couple months before he passed away actually, I think. Uh So yeah, that thing. Other than at this time, we had no idea that he had VHS tapes of his, and again, it just never happened anyways because he got there by bus. He didn't go there by a damn ice cream truck from Ohio to California. And so even if he did, like breaking into a contestant's car is very much illegal. So I mean, moving on.
T-shirts? Really?
Yeah, first comes full. We're heading on to the second episode. Hey, do you think I could talk to you about something for a second?
Later.
We're out in 3, 2,
Whitman.
off.
What? What the fuck?
Watch. Hey, Whitman, can you rewind to the last 3 spins, please? All right. Go to Michael Larson's close-up. Now watch his eyes. Now watch the board.
Stop!
Okay, next spin. Slow it down. Watch his eyes.
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack with this next segment. Okay, so this again, Nosey's producer is adamant that he's cheating, and he already figured out that he studied the patterns. Something that, to my knowledge, CBS didn't find out till like damn near I think 10 years after the episode aired. Like it took him a while to figure out how the fuck he did it. Maybe not 10 years. Maybe I think it might have been maybe a few years. I do know that they did change the patterns, but yeah, anyway, so that's that. And no, that didn't happen in real life. They didn't figure it out that fast on the day of the taping. No, they didn't. Second of all, one of the another producer, she says that we're going to tape the second episode. Which, if you guys didn't know, that Michael Larson's his episode of Pressure Luck lasted 2 episodes because he just kept spinning. He knew the trick. And so there was it took up 2 episodes because uh for some reason I guess back then they didn't know how to edit it into one episode or so. But to my knowledge, yeah, it was 2 episodes. But to my knowledge, I think taping just continued. Like, but for some reason, because Michael never got a whammy, he figured out the hack, the cheat for the light pattern. He just kept going and going and going and going. But it makes it seem like they were this was already pre-planned that they were making 2 episodes. They weren't. I don't think taping ever suspended, so I don't think that's correct.
Chuck, what the hell am I seeing here?
He's memorized Bill's patterns.
Memorize the patterns?
Yes.
Aren't they random?
There are 5.
5?
Who gives a fuck about how many
More
patterns?
than 5 at least. Bill, what the fuck?
Enough.
Again, this is total bullshit. Again, yes, there were like only 4 or 5 patterns, which is how Larson was able to memorize all of them. Uh, but I don't think they realized the patterns were an issue. I think it wasn't until the next season actually was when they updated the damn pattern. So yeah, even so someone actually could have Larsoned again if they knew because they didn't change the pattern to yeah, I think until the next season. Whereas it was like maybe about 20, 30 episodes later of PYO that they actually for the next season they actually changed the damn patterns to 5 to I think they updated it to like 100 or something patterns, but still it was So yeah, it's yeah. So this is not how it happened. They didn't realize the patterns were an issue really until years later. But just to be safe, they didn't even know if this was the method he used to cheat. Just to be safe, they did add more patterns from 5 to this season. Larson was on to the next season, which was about like 20, 30 episodes later. They updated the patterns to like 100 something patterns. So yeah.
So lucky.
Lucky, oh. Yeah, my take on luck is that luck is just a good excuse to do nothing. And then hope that an opportunity comes a knocking. If you open your eyes and keep your mind wandering, you'll find that the best opportunities just sprout up in places that people aren't looking. Oh, and here's a tip too. Stop giving your money to that place.
Okay, so I was trying to understand like what was the purpose of this scene, and okay, so what it is. Okay, so he Janie was a dental nurse. She was a nurse at a dentist's office. And she really needed the money because I'm pretty sure dental nurses in LA in the 80s weren't making that much money. However, Ed was a pastor and he was also a teacher, and I think maybe those are a couple of his students that came to see him at the set. Because I'm like, what is the purpose of this scene? Because yeah, that's and from what it seems like, Ed and Michael they did get along. From what gossip reports, they did have a good relationship. And then I guess the scene is also trying to show that Michael he wasn't stupid. Like he was a college educated man, but he was just a little bit weird. And so I think that's what the purpose of this scene was, just to show maybe more aspects of him and that, he was just he could put on this nice guy act, but he was
He's going, he's going, he's going. That sound means it's time for our final home player spin. Now, our lucky home player and Michael, they are indeed lucky to be paired with you. We'll get whatever amount you land on. Who's the lucky guy or gal? Michael?
Lyle Roberts from Cleveland, Ohio.
that was not the name of the home player spinner. So I don't know why they changed the name to this make believe like side guy to that's wife, which we already explained that relationship is made up for this movie. He wasn't with her during this time, so the producers decided to be funny and they made the play at home winner. The guy his wife is cheating on him with, or like, well, not cheating, but that's her new man, but whatever. So yeah, this part was kind of stupid, but whatever, because that wasn't even the same guy's name in the real episode.
In my eyes.
No.
Do you see that in the middle there?
Did somebody move the light?
Nobody moved the light. The lights are fixed.
I'm gonna take a lap.
Nobody is leaving. We'll get someone to look at the light. Nobody moves.
Uh, this never happened either, to where uh the light was shining in his eyes, or one of the producers was intentionally trying to blind him so he wouldn't see the board. Yeah, this never happened. This was made up for this movie as well. This never happened on the actual episode, or happened in real life. So yeah, this is also bullshit. So yeah.
I bet Junior would love to find out you let him use the phone.
Junior, you know what? I'm out with Jamie.
Whatever.
What's going on? They're fucking with me. Lyle Roberts. Well, who is it? Somebody who was a real ass to me. No. No, it's not.
I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
Okay, so Janie's bitching, like she's upset. She keeps bitching, like she don't like Michael. She's like, that's true. She was not close with him at all. So that part is true. But he was close with Ed, but I don't know. Again, like they're making this up. That was this did not happen in the real episode. The win at home person that was on that card was a guy that he knew no the fuck it wasn't. He didn't know who that guy was in the original episode, in the original airing of this episode that this movie's supposed to be about. So yeah, so that's a whole bunch of bullshit.
Tell me, Michael, who the fuck were you calling anyways? Drive safe, Michael.
Oh, excuse me, sir. Sir! Hey! My truck! Somebody broke in!
Okay, this is when it starts to get kind of stupid. Okay, so this did not happen in real life. Again, this is another made up, for whatever fucking reason, side plot or whatever, to where one of the producers is on to him, knows he's cheating, and he gets scared and decides to run away. leave, and I guess he's was gonna go home. I guess that's what because he went back to his truck, found out somebody broke into it. Now that's another issue. Like, so hey, somebody broke into my truck. Like, and so yeah, no, this didn't happen in real life to where he's no, this no.
Sorry to bother you, but have you been here all day?
No, just got called in. They needed backup.
Hey, my truck.
You got the call too? Yeah, they sounded pretty desperate.
Must be a big scene.
Okay, so for some reason he's starting to become psychotic, that they're after him and they're trying to get him, and yeah, this didn't happen in real life. Michael never left the studio. And again, there was no truck. He caught a Greyhound bus from Ohio to LA. After he won, he actually caught a flight back with his winnings. Of course, he won a whole lot of buku money. So there was no truck that he parked at the CBS line, and he would never was thought the police, the security were out to get him and all that. No, this is no.
And now your host, Leon Hart. All right, folks, we have a great show for you tonight. I want to... Well, hello. Right where you're supposed to be. Funny how that happens, huh?
Oh.
Okay, so this is when the movie gets really, really stupid. I had nothing against Johnny Knoxville. This did not happen. He did not sneak onto another set, another show, which happened to be, I guess, a late night talk show, or Johnny Knoxville as a host. So yeah, no, this did not happen in real life. I just want to just make that sure. Yeah, so yeah, and this part of the movie is kind of stupid too. So yeah, moving on.
Imagine is very, very proud of you. Hello. Yes, am I speaking to the most beautiful woman in the world? What? Patricia, it's Peter. Who? Trust your luck.
What the fuck?
I'm here with your husband, Patricia. Is he winning, Patricia?
Jesus, Michael, what is wrong with you? You've got to stop. You're making me absolutely crazy.
Again, this never happened. Michael Larson, at the time this episode was airing, as I explained earlier, was with a lady friend of his named Teresa, who I don't think he ever married, but he had a son by her, who, and so again, this was all made up, that a producer managed to get his wife to call the damn studio. Yeah, no, this is no, made up.
Michael Larson. I think I know the answer, but I have to ask.
I think that I'm going to pass my turn to my good friend Ed Long.
Wow.
Okay, this is not how the end of the episode happened in real life. So, he did pass his spins, but all this where he was just emotional to Ed and talking to Ed, that never happened in the real episode. And then, yeah, so Michael did pass the spins finally after he felt like he spun enough. He didn't want to be greedy enough, even though people say that he should have got more of CBS's money, but whatever. So yeah, so that was not quite how it happened in real life. Yeah, okay, so there's just so much to unpack. So first of all, that is not how passing spins work either. The spins would have went to Janie, because this pass spins go to the player that's in second place after you, right? But for some reason he was able to pass it to Ed. That doesn't make sense. That's not how the rules of the game work. And that's not what happened in real life anyways. In the actual episode, his spins went to Janie. And Michael at this point, he was starting to get tired. He made a couple mistakes, almost hit a whammy, which would have been devastating, but even though not really, because he was fucking cheating, but whatever. So yeah, so there's some truth in this scene, but Like, did these producers of this movie not know how pressure luck works? Like, the least they could have fucking done is looked up the fucking rules, the format, the fucking setup of the fucking game or the gameplay. When you pass spins, it goes to the player with the highest dollar amount. Ed had 4,000. Janie had 4,600. The spins would have went to Janie. Okay, in the actual episode, the spins went to Janie anyways. But this is just crazy.
Stop!
And that is also not how his final spin went. Well, not exactly. Okay, so the spins, Jenny was in control. Uh, she would have won if Michael would have whammied on his last spin, which is possible because he was getting tired and he was making some mistakes at this point by forgetting the pattern and all that. The lights were, his eyes were like messing with him. And so anyway, so Janie passes him the final spin. And the movie made it seem like it was just like he went into like a trance or something, or he like was just it was like time stood still. No, that's not what happened. He continued the pattern, took his final spin and won. So I mean, the way the movie put that scene was kind of stupid, but yeah, whatever.
I wanna watch Daddy.
Calm down.
Well, everyone needs it. Okay, folks, you know how it goes. Buzz in with the correct answer to the trivia question, you get 3 spins. You agree with the correct answer, 1 spin. Incorrect answers, well, no spins, of course. All right, let's get right to it. What member of the wedding party is responsible for giving the check to the clergyman?
The best man.
Michael.
That's the best man.
Eddie says the best man.
In the final scene, the wife he was not married to while this episode aired, the daughter who he may or may not have had while this episode aired. They're looking at his episode, but the daughter has to go to school, so she can't look at it. But I guess his wife doesn't work, so she can say still look at the episode. And she looks at the episode, and what's stupid is it seems like there's going to be some type of reconciliation or something to where she's like looking at him on the show and she's respecting him, even though, again, I'm not a Larson fan. I think he was a cheater. Like, Ed and Jenny, they basically wasted their time and got fucked pretty much, got screwed. So, I mean, so so yeah, I don't understand the purpose of this scene. This was kind of stupid. That this is how and this was it. This was the final scene of the movie. So yeah, that was kind of ignorant in my opinion. So yeah. And that's it. That's the end of the movie. That's where it ends. And that's another reason why I'm kind of mad at this movie is why did it end there? I just kind of wish this movie would have explored more of what Larson was before he was on Pressure Luck, which, uh, if we're not following this fake made up timeline, before he was on Pressure Luck, he was married quite a few times. He was supposedly was abusive to these women allegedly. He's had some children with these women. Uh, like he was a smart man. Like Larson was a smart man, but he was kind of a schemer. And like I said, he was a college educated man, but he liked to scheme people, and that's how he came up with the pressure luck thing. He just figured it out. He cracked the code. But I still consider him a cheater because he is. But anyway, so while so that's the before Larson had a few wives and uh some kids, but when he was on Pressure Luck, he was like I said with his lady friend named Teresa, and he had a son by her. So I wish we could have seen more of that because like as we saw in the GSN CBS documentary, Pressure Luck Scandal. Yeah, I wish we could have got more information on that. We didn't. But so basically, what happened after Michael won all that money on Pressure Luck? Michael asked CBS to withdraw all his money in cold hard cash, not a check, not bank deposit, not wire deposit, which is what people who went on game shows normally do. No, Larson said, I want cold hard cash, and not only do I want cold hard cash, I, I want most of it in ones and fives because supposedly there was a lot of back and forth as to whether or not Larson should get the money. But because CBS didn't know how he cheated at the time, had they known that he studied the pattern, they probably wouldn't have gotten him jack shit. But because they didn't know how he cheated, really they didn't have any proof at all that he cheated. Even though this movie kind of claimed that they were on to him, they weren't. At least not at this time. So he was given his money because they were not able to prove that he cheated, even though he did. And had CBS figured out he was studying the patterns, he would not have gotten anything. So yeah, the reason why he asked CBS to give him a lot of his cash in ones and fives is because Larson had a friend that was a radio DJ, and he sort of had a dare or a bet that if Larson could match the serial numbers, find a duplicate serial number on a money bill, that he would give him $50,000. So then, of course, Larson, being the schemer he is, took advantage of that, and so that was basically what Larson's first fuck up was. When he won all his money, he went back with his girlfriend named Teresa, with their son, and he told her, you know what, girl, you're gonna count this money. You know, you're gonna do it because there's my friend has this radio contest, and you're not doing anything, so count all this money. I got garbage bags and garbage bags full of money that I won off pressure luck. Now start counting, and then and that's kind of, and she went on. Y'all seen her on that documentary. She talking all types of shit about him and can't believe he made me do this. I was up all night counting all this damn money. And then as she said, this is where I don't believe her. She claims that on Christmas night, like burglars came in their house and stole the money. I don't really believe that. I kind of think she took it. That just between me and you, but yeah. And so anyway, she just got tired of his bullshit, and yeah, she just took basically more of his winnings, money, and it's like probably like 75% of what he won, and she just ran off with their son and bye. She left him, and then after this happened, Larson, he went back to scheming and scamming like he always does. He kept moving from place to place once the feds were on his on his tail and were trying to put a case around him, right? And so his own damn brother, it didn't even want to fucking talk to him. Which his brother, by the way, appeared on the Todd Newton version of Whammy with Ed and Janie, which I'm sure you guys knew that. But yeah, I like that. Uh, so yeah, I'm not going to spoil who won though. But yeah, uh, yeah, even his own damn brother didn't want to talk to Larson, like Larson's own brother. And so yeah, so at this point, Larson went on Good Morning America. He sort of fessed up. This is how I did it. This is what was going on. If anybody didn't see what I was doing, I memorized the patterns. And he was just putting on like another nice guy act, not just. And like a couple months after that interview, he passed away. So uh I just wish there was just more information on his before life and after he won the money. And I feel like this movie was just full of just incorrect, information, and I didn't really like that. So that's it. This was my a review on this, and yeah. So thank you for watching. Goodbye.